go another way.
This is the Deering Acting Studio podcast and Mornings with Matt, where we discuss the connection between life and acting. Woo!
Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mornings with Matt, the Deering Acting Studio podcast. Brought to you by our friends, us at Lighthouse Theater.
Woo!
Yeah. So we've got an unbelievable guest on today. We are so very happy and excited and grateful to have with us Miss Lexia Hayden. Big round of applause, Lexia. Coming to us from New York, she is a competitive tennis player. She is a model, an actress, and from what I hear, she's pretty good at school too. Hello, Lexia.
Hi.
You're adorable. All right, so I'm going to lead you into this. Here we go. So you started modeling when you were still in the womb, is what I hear.
Has
Yeah,
always
I was
been.
modeling since I was really little.
Yeah. So what? So you? It was like because this is like I think a fantasy of every parent is like because we all think our kids are the cutest, right? But you actually were the cutest. so you were the model for Baby Gap, is that right?
Yeah.
That's cool. And you were what? I think it said 3 years old.
Yeah, I was around 3 years old.
So talk to me about that. When you got that gig, how did you feel as a 3-year-old?
I don't really remember much, but looking back at the pictures, like, I was so cute.
That's awesome. So then did you kind of progress and just keep modeling, really? So like, do you not remember a time when you weren't modeling?
I remember I took a short break around, like, 3rd-ish grade, but I wanted to get back at it, so I asked my mom, and she started my Instagram.
Okay. So what was that like? Like, why did you take a break? Was there a specific reason that you were like, you know what? I've got all these baby model fans, and I really gotta take it easy. What was the thought process?
Not really. I was like kind of little. My mom wanted me to try other activities, so I did piano, dance, tennis.
It sounds like you have a really well-rounded education, essentially.
Yeah, I guess so.
Which I think is easier to achieve when you don't watch TV till you're 7. Is this right?
Yeah.
Woo! Wow, that's incredible. So do you mean like even going to a friend's house, like you just never saw the TV? I mean, what about like the Super Bowl on in the background? Like you just didn't watch TV at all?
I mean, my parents didn't really watch TV with me. Maybe I watched a few like movies, like family movies. But I didn't really know what it was anyway, so I didn't know what I was missing.
That's cool. You know, it's interesting because I think you have your parents to thank for that because it's really hard, actually. It's harder for them than it is for you. I'm not sure if you know that, but to be a parent, I mean, I know it's always difficult to make the harder choice with your kids because it's easier to sit them in front of the TV and you know, because it'll make them smile for 2 seconds and give them that short-term gratification. And it's harder to sit down and really work with them and educate them. So big kudos to your mama and your daddy. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm really like grateful that they didn't bring me up with TV because I was reading instead and, you know, doing other activities.
Yeah, that's cool. So how did you get into competitive tennis? Was it you tried all these different things and then tennis sort of became something that you were passionate about, or what?
Well, when I was really little, we went to this tennis expedition, and it was actually for my brother, but he didn't really like it.
Okay.
And we had to wait in a really long line for it. So I was like 3 or 4 years old, and I asked my mom to try it out, and I just hit the tennis ball right over the net, and I asked her if I could like keep going with it. And the next year she signed me up for lessons, and I've just loved it like ever since.
Wow, that's incredible. So how far have you gone? You've actually competed, right?
Yeah, I've been in a few tournaments.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really, really cool. All right, so your mom starts over the Instagram. And I'm thinking one of these days we're going to have your mom on the show because I think she's like, I've never seen the woman, but she feels like Superwoman to me, right? Like she must wear a cape over there. But I mean, I think I had a double, triple look at this because Brian schedules the show. And is it right? You have 200,000 followers on your Instagram?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
200,000 followers, Brian.
I got nothing. I mean, look, I promise we'll get up to like 4 at some point. I swear, man. I swear.
Brian,
No.
200,000 followers. It's unbelievable. That's really cool. That is so cool. So what happened? How did you do that? Do you know? I mean, I know it's 100% mom run, which I love and I appreciate. I think that's the coolest stamp of approval on every young girl's Instagram. I think that's really neat. But was there like a some sort of a path that you took to help you kind of gain that following?
Well, we posted like every day, and I don't know, my mom's really good at it. And
I mean, I think that's a big part right there. It's just the daily, right?
Yeah.
Like getting it out there. Because I was talking with her mom about that a little bit, and there's I mean, like you said, 3rd grade, so it's been a while. There's no magic to it other than consistency, like continuing. Like even if we look at this show, right? I mean, when we first started, there's like my mom was watching, and that was great. She really loved the show. She was all about it. But it's building, you know, it's building and building, and that's from doing it like you said every day, right? Except for Sunday. So I think for this, same kind of deal. So I've got a curious dealing with the Instagram and stuff though. Like what stuff do you like really enjoy like putting out and stuff? Like I know I've seen some like different workout things, different contests and stuff. Like is there a particular type that you really enjoy?
I like working out on my Instagram because it's fun. I like making workout videos. So yeah.
Do you recommend the plank video? Because I saw that one came out recently and it looks painful.
It looked so hard. Like I was in pain with her, and I was like, "Oh my God, how is she doing this right now?" Like, ouch.
Okay, good. So, so you've got this, you've got this following of people, and what's interesting, what happens sometimes is one thing or one person leads to the next. I'm not sure if you've noticed this happening, but we had a young girl on here, Karina, and I think you might follow her or something, or maybe she follows you, but she's got like a lot of followers too, and so I mean. Has it happened where you tend to like now hang out with other models in a certain demographic? Like, is there a whole club of like 13-year-old models that nobody knows about? It's like a secret underground layer someplace, and they all hang out there.
We've like made friends along the way, and I've hung out with like a lot of models my age. It's really fun. So yeah, along the way we've made a lot of friends.
There should be like the hype house, but like for like just the young. Like model girls,
yeah,
and of course, like the moms would all be there.
Yeah, 100%. It's like a mom party.
The house would be 100% mom run.
Yeah. There's like brownies and like pizza.
There wouldn't be
rolls,
brownies
like,
there, bro.
What's wrong with brownies?
They don't become models by eating brownies all the time. It's not how it works.
I don't know.
I like brownies.
See, brownies are
yeah,
great.
she eats brownies while she's planking.
While she's planking, though, so you just gotta plank afterwards. You can have as many brownies as you want, as long as you plank. That's the lesson today.
Yeah.
So you seem to be in a great mood. I think a lot of people are getting to be that way, where we seem to be making a turn here, hopefully for the best. What was it hard for you at all? Any of this like pandemic stuff that came up?
It was hard for me, but I think I adjusted pretty well to online school and to like my new routine.
Talk to me about routines, because I think that's something that's I know it's important in my life, and I assume it's important in your life as well. Do you have sort of an automatic workout routine or morning routine or school routine, family routine? Like, are those things that you believe in?
Yeah, I love routines. So some of them is that me and my family, we eat dinner together at night. Me and my mom usually go on walks after my school. I have a morning routine school. Like after I wake up, I go to school. So yeah.
So did you change the routine when the pandemic happened and you went online? Like, did you have to fix that?
Yeah, I did. I changed a few things. I started like going outside more because it was hard not going outside because of school. I had to like find my own way to go outside.
Right.
Yeah, so my routines definitely changed.
Yeah, I noticed that too, where when I was trying to keep my same routine after the pandemic, it was impossible, it felt like, because everything had sort of shifted. So I had to find the new way of creating discipline and figuring out how to do basically continue to achieve the goals that we have, But, you know, if the world changes, you got to change with it a little bit, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So what about your like morning routine for school? Is it sort of, do you try to make it always the same? Is there any kind of like magic to that?
So I have the same school schedule, which is kind of great because I didn't have that when I went to school in person. My school routine is basically just me waking up, doing school, eating, and then doing homework, and then going to tennis. So
Okay, all right, right on. So did you have to slow down tennis at all during this time?
in the beginning, yeah, I did have to slow it down.
Okay.
Like went to parks and play tennis like against the wall and stuff.
Yeah,
So I found like another way of doing it.
sure. Turns out the wall, you know, you're safe there.
Yeah,
Not a problem. You
100%,
can always
yeah.
compete against the wall.
You can always compete against the wall.
But think about that. That is a really great. So for our show, we always talk about success, and we want to help people like to achieve their dreams, and honestly to not make excuses.
Mm-hmm.
So you could easily say, well, I'm not allowed to go here. I'm not allowed to do this. So I will just stop. Or you could say, well,
Let me go play
if I-
tennis with a wall.
Yeah, if I can't play against some person, I'll play against you.
Which the wall is actually pretty challenging.
It's like your hardest competition because it
Yeah.
always knows your next move.
That's right. I've actually done it one time, and it is actually just like,
Yeah, of course.
you can't keep up with yourself. It's like so fast. It's like so fast.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
great.
tiring.
Plus, you know, tennis is one of those great sports too. That is, I mean, it's kind of built to be 6 feet apart already.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, which is kinda
They're
nice.
on the other side of the net. You're safe. You're good.
Yeah, I'm a basketball player myself, so you know, we breathe all over each other. It's not,
Doesn't work as well.
not great. We haven't hung out and played ball in a long time. All right, well, this is really cool. So so let me ask you this then, because I think a lot of girls would look up to you, look at like the following you have and some of the modeling jobs you've done, and just sort of maybe with stars in their eyes and be like, wow, I would love to do that one day. What advice would you have for them, maybe like to ground themselves and talk about the process and enjoying the process and maybe not focusing on a particular end result?
Yeah, so I think they should like pay attention to themselves because I don't really look at other like celebrities and stuff and be like, well, I want to do this, I want to do this. I think they should just do what they want to do and not try to like become famous.
Sure. So if your goal is to become famous, that's probably where you find some of that toxicity there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool. I love that. All right. So favorite modeling job you've ever been on?
I remember that well, my favorite modeling job would probably be I was in a runway show for New York Fashion Week, and that was so much fun.
And by the way, that's like a big deal, right? The New
Huge
York
deal.
Fashion Week is like huge, right? She smiles
Yeah,
at me
it was really exciting.
because I don't know. Like I've never been there, but I've heard of it, and it sounds like this is like a big thing.
Yeah, it was really exciting. I was like so happy.
That's amazing. That's so cool. So you got to walk the runway, and there's like, are there a lot of people there, celebrities? Like, describe this for me.
There was a lot of people there. There was a lot of people like taking photos and taking videos, and it was a little like nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I'll bet. Now, do you ever think to yourself like, I hope I don't trip? Like, does that happen?
Yeah, I've definitely thought about that.
Like, just stay on your feet. You're gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fun.
All right. So, you know, talking of Supermom over there.
Oh, I was excited about this.
Yeah, I'm
question.
very curious here. You wanted me to ask you, what funny thing does your mom put into all of your modeling contracts?
She says that like if we want to collab or something, that they have to have candy on the set.
I love it. That's great.
Yes.
Now, is it just candy, like any candy, or is your mom very specific? Like it's got to be, you know, like blue M&Ms only, and you take out all the rest.
Any candy?
Yeah, basically any candy.
What is your favorite candy though?
Probably Sour Patch.
Sour Patch
Sour
Kids.
Patch
yeah.
Kids. Ah, that's a money answer.
Yeah,
that's
my
good.
8-year-old son would totally agree with you on that one. Sour Patch are his fava flav.
This 30-year-old will also agree as well.
All right, so you know, it's not always, you know, roses being a model and an actor and you know, successful person. You can't get successful without having some kind of resistance. I believe in that. You know, like you can't get strong. Let's take your plank workout, right? So we can't strengthen our abs without giving our abs resistance. You get stronger from the resistance. So having said that, I assume that you've been through obstacles, that you've been through resistance. What do you tell yourself if you don't land a job or something doesn't go your way, you don't win the tournament? Do you have any kind of like thing that you would tell yourself to kind of get through that and push forward?
Yeah, so I think to myself, like, let's just move on to the next. That's in the past. Like, I can't change what happened. And I'm just going to go forward, learn from it, and win the next tournament or get the next modeling job.
Love that. So do you tend to, like, reflect and take notes so that you can learn from it? Is that, like, a thing where you sort of track your progress at all?
Yeah, I do. I take mental notes, and I think, like, what could I have done better?
Yeah. Awesome. What about after the successes?
I celebrate a little bit, of course.
Yeah.
But then, like, I'm like, okay, what's the next one? Like, what else can I do?
Yeah, good. I was gonna recommend that, and I'm sure you already do this, but same idea. You wanna celebrate, like, give yourself a minute to celebrate. I think that's great. But then if you actually hold the same routine for you to say, okay, on to the next one. Also, what can I learn? How can I get better? Because even if you won, even if you got the acting job, even if you landed the modeling gig, whatever, there's always something you could have done better. So if you're willing to look at that, whether you win or lose, then the outcome doesn't really matter. Your habit is the same.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Well, and that's yeah. I know you sent her a couple of things that'll be going as well. But there's like, that's in the book too. There's like a little sheet that she can use as well.
Yes.
To fill that out.
Yeah, I did send you a copy of my book, Acting is My Day Job. So you can look at that. There's different strategies in there for how to be successful, how to keep track of all your acting and modeling gigs. And I'm sure your mom is already doing most of this stuff for you, but it would be a good read for you. Speaking of, you're quite a reader, I hear.
Yeah, I love reading.
What's your favorite book?
Probably Animal Farm.
Animal Farm. I haven't heard of that one.
I also have not heard of this Animal Farm.
So you're an actress, okay? And I'm going to be giving you an improv moment where you have to say a commercial. All right. So right now, sell me on Animal Farm, the book.
Ooh.
So like, why should I read it, or why should I read it to my kids? Like, what is so compelling about this book? Sell me. Go.
Okay, so this book is incredible. It has, it can teach you many things. I love it. It's so much fun to read. That was probably my favorite book of all time. The animals, they can like talk and stuff, and it shows how they can outsmart the humans, even though they're smaller than the humans, and the humans, you know, and it shows like how even like the smaller creatures, they can still like beat the older people, and it has really good lessons, and it's really funny too, like when the animals talk and stuff. It's also sad, and it's overall such an amazing book.
Sold.
Woo! I will be buying Animal Farm for my kids and reading it to them. That sounds like a lot of fun.
This cover is like way more intense than I expected.
One of my favorite books growing up, or that I read at a very young age, was Dr. Dolittle. I loved that book. It was a really cool book, and the movie was not as good, but it's okay.
No.
So who do people say you resemble? Or was that question for me?
Was that question for Matt? Who does Matt resemble? Matthew McConaughey. And he does the voice.
All right.
And because the name, see?
That's real good right there, bro.
People sometimes say that. I remember that I look like a young Brooke Shields.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
I can see it.
Sure. That's cool. All right, good. So we're at the avid reader here. Yeah, good. Okay, and so basically, and it looks like right now, and I was really, again, proud of your mom here. So I want to talk a little bit to the parents that are out there, and just mention that Lexia's account is a really, really smart account, and one that we can model ourselves after. If you have a child who's interested in this, you know, it can be one of those industries that that you get timid around. So you want to look at those who are successful in front of you. And I say this because I do my research a little bit before I bring on a guest. And so I went to go look you up, and I could not find anything about you that your mom did not put on someplace that was very specific. And it was like the same repetitive information over and over again. And it's like, I loved that. I thought it was so great. And you were very protected, so here you are becoming a public figure, and yet you just feel mom's bubble around you, which I think is so awesome.
Really important.
So anyway, so we can find Lexia at Lexia Hayden on Instagram, and that's the only one she listed.
Yep.
Because that's the one that's where she
matters.
wants that's where she wants you to go.
Yep.
Though I did check out the new website, looking pretty cool.
Thank you.
So what's new for you? Let's kind of end the show here. Do you got anything on the horizon right now?
I actually have like a bunch of really cool Halloween pictures that we have, and they got published in a magazine, and I'm really excited to post them to Instagram because they like scare me.
Really? Okay.
Awesome.
I'll look forward to that.
And your family's normally like super into, I know it's a little different this year because of COVID and stuff, but your mom was telling me you guys are like really into Halloween. Is that right?
Yeah, we always get a bunch of candy and we dress up together. So
it's awesome.
That's really fun. All right, good. Well, any questions for us? Do you have any questions that we could help you with? We are acting coaches, and we do a few things here and there. So, do you have any questions that you have for us?
How long have you been interviewing people?
We've been interviewing people since the beginning of COVID. Mm-hmm. So this show began because we had to transition our studio. We teach acting classes. I teach sales for different businesses, and I coach CEOs on their speaking and things like that. And all of a sudden, most of that work just either changed or went away. And so it was like, all right, we got to do something. And we had a fundamentally sound business, so we were fine, but I'm not one to twiddle my thumbs. And so Brian just flat out said, hey, dude, people are going to be sad. They're going to be depressed. They need us right now. You need to do a morning show. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And so that was it. We woke up and we learned how to put up a show. And you can even go back and look at like the first episodes. They're horrible.
They're so bad, Lexia. Like literally so bad.
The show would start with me going, well, I think we're live. Are we live? I'm not sure if we're live. Oh, looks like we're live. And and we learned from there. And so from doing it like you say, consistency. I mean, that's exactly it. We do this now every single morning. We wake up and we do our morning show, and we're looking to inspire others to spread light-driven content across the planet, and to bring on people like you to help us with that mission to inspire others and whatnot. So that's how long we've been doing it.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, this was an awesome interview. Thank you so much for your time and for tuning in from New York. I mean, so cool, and we are beyond blessed and grateful to have you. So thank you.
Thank you. I had so much fun.
Okay, good. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Mornings with Matt Deering Acting Studio podcast. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Help us spread this light-driven content to the planet. God bless.
Thanks for listening to Mornings with Matt. Please like, subscribe, and follow us at Deering Acting Studio to keep up with the latest content. For more information on classes, private lessons, or professional development coaching, visit www.deeringstudio.com. Have a Deering day, everyone.